this is Yolanda Vanveen, and in this segment we're going to talk about how to winterize your garden. So it's December and my dahlias have finally died back. We've had a few freezing nights and I've had blooms up until last week on them here in the Northwest. And so it's time to winterize my garden. So basically my theory is as long as something's green, you leave it be. As soon as it turns brown, you cut it out or let it die back and use it for mulch. So right here on these dahlias, I'm just going to either stomp them down, that's the easy way to do it, or you can cut them down one by one. But I found this works really well, and I'll just bring them all down and they're going to mulch themselves. So my theory in my big flower beds is I like to use the greenery on the same plants. And a lot of times just putting a layer of leaves over everything to mulch them protects them as well. And the winter is a great time to move things around too. So I'm always trimming plants and moving them to different areas. And if you've got plants that are too big for that flower bed, the wintertime's a great time to move them. And any plants that aren't quite winter hardy, like my fuchsia or my geraniums, or I've got some different plants that might not make it outside, I'll throw them in the greenhouse, or my mandevilla that will not make it outside, or probably even in the greenhouse. It's in my laundry room. So I bring all the plants that are tender into the house, and any bulbs that are tender too, I dig them up and either store them in crates or in paper boxes or right into newspapers and turn around and plant them in the spring. So the winter time is an easy time to winterize your garden. And I found that if you just go through and cut anything that's dead out of your garden, it'll help it for the next year. And the same with my shrubs. If I have any shrubs or bushes that are kind of lanky or Medusa-like, I trim back everything that I can. Even my rose bushes, I trim back. So the next spring, they'll come in very lush and full. So there's a lot of different things that you can do to winterize your garden. And here in the Northwest, we don't get really bad winters. But in the past, I've actually thrown tarps over my dahlias to protect them because I have lost them. But now that I've got them in raised beds and I mulch them with themselves, I haven't lost them in years and years and years. So winterizing your garden is basically cleaning it up, picking up any sticks or any branches or cutting back any dead growth. And I leave everything in the garden for the next year, and some things by this time I'm not even sure if they're a perennial or an annual. I just cut them back if they're brown and I leave them in the ground, because even some of my annuals will come back the next year. So it's easy to winterize your garden. Just go through and clean it up and save all your plants that you can for the next year.